Well, after the excitement of beating Liverpool on Sunday, it's straight back down to earth for Plymouth Argyle tonight. A vital 3 points at stake, and Millwall are the visitors to Home Park this evening. The Londoners have a terrific record against Argyle, unbeaten in 27 years. They too won in the Cup over the weekend in their 5 matches unbeaten. Alex Neil's men will be eyeing up the playoffs. A massive night in store then, and all the action coming your way here on Argyle TV. Hello, good evening. I'm Erin Black, and it's back to business at Home Park here tonight because there is business at hand for Argyle. Saturday's giant killing might have been fun, but it is back to the serious stuff for us now. Argyle remain at bottom of the championship table, a little bit adrift, but we'll be hoping that the performances over the last weekend can bleed into tonight against one of the league's toughest opponents. As always, Argyle TV will be the place to be for you for all of the action here tonight as we take on Millwall. Match passes, both audio and video streaming, are available for you on the website because we've got a weekday evening game. Head to pafc.co.uk for all of the details on that. And I'm pleased to say joining me this evening for Matchday Live is former Argyle defender Brian McGlinchey. Brian, we need to touch in a minute on how serious tonight is back in league action, but let's just go back to Sunday. You were here in the stadium. What an atmosphere, what a game.
Yeah, probably I've been sort of associated with the club in different capacity for about 25 years now, and I would say that was the best atmosphere I've encountered here. I'm pretty jealous not to be on the pitch to sort of savour it really, but yeah, it was amazing. It was great to see the adulation of the fans and the players just mixing in together, and well deserved. More important, I thought they were fantastic. Yeah, great sort of spectacle. Enjoyed it.
Yeah. Do you think part of it being possibly how unexpected it was, how against the odds, kind of added to how everyone was feeling when it got to the end, even with that added 9 minutes on?
Yeah, I don't know where he got that from, by the way. But yeah, I think when you look at obviously the two teams, you think yes. But then when I saw the team sheet, I thought we've got a chance here because I think they left a lot of key players at home, didn't they? And they.
Hello, Pete. Have you recovered from Sunday? Yes, I saw you harassing one of the stewards in the goal, I have to say. Yeah, none of that tonight. Score? 2-0. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Happy days.
Yeah.
So it's a great occasion. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, but I think it's all about tonight, isn't it?
Well, this is the thing. Yeah, not to say the atmosphere's been sucked out of the stadium. No. It's not the case, but there is a different feeling tonight because like you said, looking at the Liverpool team sheet, feeling like it was maybe achievable. Tonight is again achievable, but it is Millwall.
Yeah, they're on fine form, to be honest. They've had some impressive results of late. New manager come in and he's done ever so well. So yeah, it's going to be a really tough game for us tonight. Probably it's going to be really difficult because the players were on such a high from the weekend. But I heard the manager talk about the league form's the most important. I think if you think about it, you'd rather stay up than maybe have the result on at the weekend. Yeah. So fundamentally, this is what keeps the club financially in a good space if we can stay in this division. So they need to pick up results, and I think the win at home to West Brom was a big win, and then obviously now the point at Sunderland, and then obviously now this is a big one against Millwall at home because our home form's not been a great of late, to be honest.
How crucial is the momentum coming off the back of Sunday into today? You'd like to think it would work in Argyle's favour, but is there maybe a chance that you're so buoyed you may get complacent or you may underestimate the task at hand today?
Well, you'd hope that the coaching staff would make sure complacency is not a key factor tonight, but it is difficult. But that's where you've got to be a professional and play the occasion tonight and be difficult to play against and make it difficult for Millwall. So I'm sure that will be part of the manager's team talk today. Will be around no complacency, no Sundays forgotten about. We've got a lot more important games before Man City away. So So this is our bread and butter, to be honest.
Yeah, you'd like to think if you can beat Liverpool, you can beat anyone. So hopefully we'll be able to put that to the test tonight. And let's not waste any time then and find out who Miron Muslic has chosen to take on that challenge this evening. Your starting lineup looks a little bit like this. Connor Hazard, Nathaniel Ogbeta, Jordan Houghton, Ryan Hardy, Callum Wright, Mustafa Bundu, Adam Randall, Nikola Katic, Matthew Sorinola, Maxim Talabierov and Victor Palsson. And on the bench we've got Grimshaw, Mumba, Such, JB, Boateng, Tijani, Alhaj, Beidou and Isaka. Couple of changes in there. We know Blake Gazwello picked up a bit of an injury at the weekend, and no Puhatch as well, possibly a niggle in there, not sure.
Yeah.
But I think he'll be missed a little bit because he's, made a really positive impact since coming.
Yeah, Puhatch has been very good, to be honest, on the left-hand side. Ogbeta's come in. He hasn't had much game time. His confidence is sort of on the high after getting that sort of winner again, that sort of equaliser against Sunderland. But yeah, not ideal making changes in your back five type thing, but injuries, that's the important part of the game. Jordan Houghton coming back in, JB going on the bench this time. I think Jordan Houghton's probably very disappointed not to start against Liverpool, because he started the last 2 games, but there must be a tactical reason for that, and Houghton's got the nod today. But good, really strong side, to be honest, from Argyle, and hopefully, fingers crossed, Ogbeta can settle in.
Yeah.
But Puhatch is definitely a miss because he's been brilliant since he's come in.
Yeah, absolutely. And you mentioned about different players starting. We've seen Ryan Hardy starting a little bit more recently. He's got those 3 goals in his last 2 matches, a couple from the penalty spot as well, of course.
Yeah.
He'll hopefully be feeling more confident based off that, because he was in a bit of a dry spell before.
Yeah, I think strikers thrive off scoring goals, don't they? No matter whether they're penalties or not. But still, like, pressure moments, aren't they? Like the penalty against Liverpool, a real high pressure moment. So he's dealt with that brilliantly. But you're right. Hopefully that will kick him on, because if we're going to sort of stay in this division, we need to. We obviously we need to score goals, don't need to win games, but. You need your striker coming up with maybe 10 goals between now and the end of the season, really, to try and get us over the line, and he's a key player for us.
Yeah, and we're seeing him slightly more on the right-hand side. Do you think that suits him more a little bit?
Personally, I like him when he gets service in behind in the channels, because I think he stretches teams. And if you can stretch teams, then it opens space for people like maybe Bundu to get on the ball, and other sort of key flair players as well. So. Yeah, I like him when Argyle can find him running into the channels, to be honest. I don't think he's a natural wide forward. I think he's more of a striker that can stretch teams and get in behind, and if he gets a chance, he'll take it. So fingers crossed he'll get that service tonight. Yeah,
OK, well, let's have a look at Millwall then. Eyeing up the playoffs after a really good run of 3 straight wins in the league. This is the side that Alex Neil has gone with. Jensen, Cooper, Taganga, Connolly, Bryan, Saville, Denor, Kundal, Ivanovic, Kramer and Negley. And on their bench, Roberts, Wallace, Mitchell, Aziz, Winsell, Watmore, Bangura Williams, Honeyman and Harding. We know it's going to be, a tough challenge going up against Millwall. It always is, as is evidenced by the track record over the last 27 years. Of course, a lot of people familiar with Luke Kundal, but who else is standing out to you on that lineup?
Ivanovic, he's a good striker. He's in good form this year. Kundal's obviously scored his debut. We know all about him, and he's a good player. Kundal, really like him. He gets goals in his game. Like Taganga's good at the back. He's from Spurs. He's got good pedigree. Joe Bryan, we know about. He was here at his younger time in his career and played for Fulham. So they've got real good experience. Aaron Connolly, international player, played for Brighton, scored in the Premiership. So they've got lots of good players, to be honest.
I mean, going back to Kundal, he scored 4 goals while he was on loan here last season, and on his debut after moving from Wolves in January. He was a good player here. I think people enjoyed seeing him.
Yeah, I think, obviously Schumacher took him to Stoke as well last season as well. So he's a sought after player. People wanted him type thing. So. He obviously didn't get his game time at Wolves, but at this level in the Championship, he's effective. He's very good at getting in the half spaces and getting turned and running it, your back 4 or back 5 and getting shots off. So yeah, he's a quality player. He's an eye for a goal, and that's a real good skill set when you can make a pass, but then you can score goals as well. So yeah, he'll be one to watch, and I'm sure the Argyle lads will be fully aware of his game, his strengths.
Yeah.
But we've got to get him running back towards his own goal and get him maybe thinking more of his defensive duties rather than his attacking sort of responsibilities. Yeah,
when you go up against a player that you've been on the same team with previously, do you find that helpful in any way, like from your experience, or could so much a change have happened in the way they?
I think when you're in the game, you can't really think like that. It's too you're just concentrating on your own performance. So you're not really thinking that, but essentially maybe from a tactical perspective, you might be thinking, right, let's have a shape sort of set up in a way that you're not going to allow him to influence the game. But I think from an individual perspective, from a player's perspective, you're not going to be thinking like that at all. Probably just a bit of banter on the pitch, maybe that might be something you might be having. But as far as individuals trying to know your strengths, maybe a little bit, but no, I wouldn't say that's fundamentally a big part of the game.
I suppose it's been a while since some of these guys will have seen him play anyway. With each other at Argyle. Femi Aziz as well, we've got to mention, scored 2 in his last game, but he's on the bench this evening. Yeah,
well, obviously the manager feels that maybe it's a good option for the bench for them. But like all these teams that come down here have got strength and depth. They're all really, like Millwall's a real experienced team in this league now. This is probably a time now where they're going for an assault on maybe trying to get into the playoffs. They obviously, they sacked their previous manager, maybe thinking that they want to go in a different way now. So So, Alex Neil will want to try and make a big difference to them, and they've definitely started in that way.
Yeah, well, they've only conceded 1 goal in their last 4 games, but with Argyle's uptick in form, you might think, hopefully, tonight they may be looking to concede a few more. It's obviously been an amazing couple of days for Argyle and for their head coach, Miron Muslic. He's been the talk of the football world, and understandably so, but he's a very level-headed guy, as I'm sure you've come to learn. And even in the aftermath of Sunday, he was focusing fully on the action ahead tonight. So let's have a catch-up with what he said to Charlie Price on Argyle TV.
That's the message, isn't it, Miron? Sunday's done. On to Wednesday.
100%. I think very emotional for all of us, for the staff, for the players, for the fans. But we have to leave Liverpool behind us, because the next one is massive. It's Millwall. It's a home game. Knowing that Millwall is also performing very, very well over the last weeks and months. Achieved also an incredible result in the FA Cup, knocking out like this Leeds away. So it's a huge task, and we need to get all the energy we have, all these emotions again, to show a very similar performance like we did on Sunday. If we can manage to do this, we will be super competitive.
People will say if you've done it against Liverpool, you can do it against anyone. Is that the same? Do you think that on that same tread?
It's always easy for the people outside to say why you guys cannot play like you played against Liverpool, or why guys you not can play all the time like you did just a month ago against Brentford. But I think we just showed over a couple of weeks that we can maintain our structure, we can maintain our intensity, and if we can do both, being structured, being organized, fill it with intensity, we are just hard to play. It was hard to play for Sunderland, it was hard to play for West Brom, it was hard to play also for Liverpool. And that's the concept we need to keep alive also for the next games. And if we can manage to do this, we can collect points.
Yeah, you mentioned that Millwall are in good form, and they are. I think they are 5 unbeaten. They've won their last 4. You'll know the stats. Everybody else will, I'm sure, as well. But so we're in good form. We've won back-to-back games, 3 unbeaten. So it actually kind of adds up to being quite a good game maybe on Wednesday.
I think so. It will be very, very physical. It's a different approach, because we will have Millwall will not dominate as Liverpool did in possession. That's clear. They have a clear style of play. They know exactly what they can do and what they can't do. That's why they are successful, and that's why they are also able to win the games, especially recently. But it's up to us to face this style of play. It will be very direct, very vertical, very demanding on second balls, but that's actually something we did fantastic over the last 2-3 weeks, and this will be again very, very much needed.
Miron Muslic, I think the world is starting to learn about him after the Liverpool game on Sunday. Have you been impressed by what he's brought to Argyle in recent weeks?
Yeah, he comes across brilliantly, doesn't he? He speaks real good sense. You can see the players are playing for him. That's probably the most important bit, not how he comes across. The team's behind him. But yeah, he's set his team up really well. He's had a difficult start at the first couple of games. I think the Burnley game at home on that was a Friday night, wasn't it? I think it was a Friday. It was a difficult night to watch, to be honest. But he's galvanised them, and that point away at Sunderland, and then the win at West Brom later on as well, and then obviously the Liverpool they've grown in confidence. And he's come in a transfer window losing key players. I think his signings have been fantastic.
Yeah.
Centre half's been absolutely amazing. And I think fingers crossed now we can keep going, but it's going to be a tough job. But he comes across brilliantly. And he's set his team up well. So it looks like a good choice, really.
I mean, touching on the signings that have been made and how he seems to have now set the team up defensively, considering we were conceding arguably an obscene amount of goals prior to where we are now, it seems a lot more settled at the back.
Yeah, I think if you look at it logically, if anyone's coming in, you're going to look at what's going wrong, and it's conceding goals. So the first thing you do is you try and become a bit more difficult to beat defensively, become a bit more, become more of a strength for your team, and you build from there. And maybe that's going to be to the negative side of maybe scoring goals, so maybe not be as attacking. But I think you've got to, if you're going to stay in this division, you've got to maybe make sure that you don't lose goals at ease. You've got to make sure you're hard to beat, and he's definitely done that. And we've got to do that tonight. This might not be a nice game on the eye, but it's about Argyle staying in the game, making it really difficult for Millwall, and then trying to get that one or two goals to try and get them over the line.
I mean, he's brought in a set-piece coach as well now in recent days. We might not see very much of that come to fruition tonight, but again, like you said, it's almost like he's just ticking off little areas of improvement and then working on what we can continue to do better next.
Yeah, well, you think about it, set pieces are such a crucial way of getting that added advantage, isn't it? You look at, like for me, Arsenal stands out. They've got one and they score loads of goals from set pieces, and if you can get maybe one or two goals in a period of games, and it can really help you. And that's just training ground practice. So they brought someone in, and fair play, and obviously he sees the logic to that. But I'm all for that, to be honest, because they can give you any advantage. Like we started doing long throws against Liverpool, little things like that I've not seen Argyle do before. They weren't particularly long throws, but the ball was getting in the box and it was staying there, but it's making it difficult for people to defend. And I've seen lots of teams be really efficient at their set pieces, and why should we be any different?
Yeah, hopefully another thing to help bolster the squad that we've got this season. Now, as we mentioned earlier, Millwall are on a terrific run at the moment, and they're fairly comfortable. Saw Leeds side at Ellen Road on Saturday get through to the 5th round of the FA Cup. So let's have a little look at some of the best bits from that game.
In it goes, heads are up, it's away from Strauch, it comes out for the shot from Chambers. Well, he knew there was an opportunity to have a go there. Out wide right side is Schmidt, great ball from Schmidt into Chambers. Chambers puts the ball back into the middle. Shot by Nonto is acrobatic. Thought there was an easy return ball to Schmidt then. The option wasn't taken by Nonto, and now suddenly Millwall have got the ball back again, and they're at the edge of the Leeds penalty area with Aziz. Goes inside a challenge, it's taken a deflection, and it's gone into the back of the net. Nothing Darlow could do. Now Ampadu, and Ampadu's got to run the ball from the edge of the box. He's not done a great job of it, he's lost out, and Aziz through the middle has a chance to shoot, and hits the underside of the bar, and then the return comes in, and it's nodded wide. A let off for Leeds as they come at the other end. Schmidt into the middle for Chambers. Chambers with a chance to shoot. Chambers! Oh, great save from the goalkeeper. Gilavogi, he's lost out. He was slow on the ball, and Denori took it off him, and now it's Aziz going at the other end. And there's a man in the middle. Aziz goes alone into the shot, and he's fired it into the back of the net. And Finn Aziz is on target again for Millwall here. The counter-attack has caught Leeds out, and the away side could be heading to the next round of the Cup. They're 2 up here. Strauch gets the signal now. Takes a moment. Stumble, and the goalkeeper saved it, and it's cleared behind.
Well, Alex Neil seems to have made an impact on his Millwall side. They're one of the in-form teams of the season. How do you think they're going to approach this game, Brian? Because it may now, after the Liverpool result, not seem like as easy a walk as it could have been.
I think he'll be going to his players. Let's test their resolve, in the sense of, are they still celebrating? Are they still in cloud 9? Let's bring them back down to earth. That's be sort of, I guess, his message in that sense. And he'll be thinking about just their game plan, what they normally do. Like, he's an accomplished manager. He's very experienced in this division. He's managed Leeds, he's managed Norwich as well. So, yeah, real vast experience in this division. Preston as well. So, yeah. So he'll know what it takes to come down here and get a result. But, yeah, I think fundamentally you'll be thinking, right, Argyle have had an amazing result is their heads in the right place for this game? But then again, the opposite side, our manager's thinking, right, we have to make sure that we start the game fast and make sure we're not sort of celebrating the game from Sunday type thing, you know.
Well, I guess we'll just have to hope that Argyle's heads are in the right place, and there's not much longer left to find out. It is Charlie Price and Ian standing by for commentary with you. Can Argyle keep up the run of good form? There's only one way to find out. It's Argyle versus Millwall, and it's up next.